Here's a question. Would it be possible to run a steam loco on nuclear power alone? Now this is using uranium or plutonium, and in theory it should work, but no one's tried it. Let's dive into why. All of this on how we can heat up water for the steam locomotive quickly and efficiently is shown on my board here. Now imagine this board is water. What happens is a neutron comes flying in at a uranium atom. That causes the uranium atom to split because it becomes unstable, and that releases multiple neutrons. Now this splitting releases energy in the form of heat. Now in a nuclear power station, this is used to heat up water to make steam to power steam turbines, which in turn generate electricity. So what could happen in a steam locomotive, we just put those fuel rods, which is where the uranium is stored, and they are covered in water, put the fuel rods in where the fire would be, fill the firebox with water, or fill the boiler with water, and put the fuel rods in, and let that thing happen, because that would inevitably heat up the water, generate steam. Hey presto, you've got a steam locomotive that moves. But how would that even happen? Because a steam engine would need some pretty serious modifications to how you allow that steam into the cylinders and how you control the reaction without going out of hand, which would inevitably end up with the reaction speeding up and speeding up and speeding up until it's uncontrollable and it goes boom, and we do not want that. So I shall explain that in the next section. I've come up with a plan on how this might be feasible. So here it is. You fill the boiler with the fuel rods with uranium-235 or plutonium-239, and these are the red lines that you see. Now the boiler and the firebox this time are filled with water, and that would create the steam. So these green lines coming out of here, these are the control rods. Now what these do, these take in the neutrons so we can control the reaction. That's sort of your accelerator or brake of the reaction so it doesn't spiral out of control. Now throughout this there could be a lot of problems, like if something goes wrong, there could be a big nuclear reaction or nuclear explosion, which would not be good, and the steam engine would go bye-bye. So that is my plan, or my theory on how it could be achieved. And by the way, once the steam's in the boiler, it just follows the normal ways in which it goes up here, then goes down to the cylinders, through a couple of other bits, and then it moves the wheels, and the train goes that way. So that is my plan, and now let's talk about the dangers. So with anything there are some hazards, like radiation being released and then explosions happening. Now that's not great, because if this locomotive was pulling passengers, that might not end well for them. They might end up getting cooked in an explosion. So how could we prevent this? Well, we'd need someone with extensive training who would be able to create a safe working environment and a safe environment for the passengers. We'd need someone who'd be able to look after the locomotive, which could go bang at any moment. A bit like your sort of standard steam locomotive, it could go bang at any moment, but one powered by nuclear reactions could go bang a lot easier. Yeah, that is one of the main reasons why it wasn't a very good idea and why no one really pursued it. I think in Russia they started to build them, tried it, thought, nah, not cost effective at all. So that was scrapped, and to my knowledge no one's tried it since. Presumably because of the cost and of course the danger, and because, well, steam locomotives aren't really used anymore other than on heritage lines. So we can just use diesel or electric or even hydrogen, which people are trying now. We can use that, and we know that's a lot more safe than nuclear. So that's the reason why no one's tried it. But I think it would be a pretty cool thing to say, yes, I've worked on a nuclear powered steam engine, because it would be. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this new type of video, consider liking, subscribing and leaving a comment, and of course join the Biking Train Guy official Discord. So with that, thank you for watching, check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.